Welcome back to Bridging Divides. I'm Jake, and today we have a truly insightful conversation lined up for you.
Thanks, Jake. It's great to be here. I'm Rachel, and I'm looking forward to diving into this important topic with you.
Rachel, as an expert in Japanese society and cultural integration, your insights are invaluable. Today, we're going to explore the evolving landscape of Japan, particularly its demographic shifts and the societal reactions to them.
It's a fascinating and at times challenging subject. Japan has always been known for its strong cultural identity and homogeneity, but that's really been changing quite rapidly over the last couple of decades.
Indeed, we've seen a gradual increase in foreign residents and tourists, which presents both opportunities and, frankly, some significant social tensions. How would you describe the current social climate in Japan regarding this influx?
Well, it's definitely a mixed bag. While many Japanese people are welcoming and open, there's also a noticeable rise in xenophobia in certain segments of the population. This has led to some difficult situations and, unfortunately, even hostility.
That's a concerning development. We've also seen political groups emerge with slogans like Japan First, which seems to exacerbate these tensions. What role do you think political rhetoric plays in shaping public perception?
Political rhetoric can be incredibly powerful in either uniting or dividing a society. When certain narratives are amplified, they can unfortunately legitimize negative sentiments and make it harder to foster understanding and integration.
That's a powerful point, Rachel. When certain narratives are amplified, they can really legitimize negative sentiments. Given this political climate, what are the most significant challenges Japan faces in balancing its traditional identity with the need for greater diversity?
It's a really difficult tightrope walk, Jake. On one hand, there's a deep desire to preserve what makes Japan unique, its cultural identity and homogeneity. But then you have the reality of globalization and the increasing presence of foreigners, which creates these inherent tensions.
And these tensions, they're not just abstract, are they? We've heard reports of actual hostility and even violence against foreigners. How does that impact the social harmony and perhaps Japan's image on the global stage?
Exactly. It's not just about internal dynamics. These incidents, unfortunately, do get reported internationally, and they can certainly tarnish Japan's reputation as a welcoming and open society. It's a serious concern for social cohesion and its international standing.
It sounds like a complex situation with no easy answers. But looking ahead, Japan also faces a rapidly aging population and a declining birth rate. Does this demographic reality create a compelling argument for a more open approach to immigration despite the current challenges?
Absolutely, Jake. That's the elephant in the room, isn't it? The demographic crisis is undeniable. While there's significant cultural resistance to immigration, the economic and social realities might eventually necessitate a more welcoming stance towards foreign workers and residents.
So it's almost a push-pull situation, the cultural resistance versus the economic necessity. Are there any examples from other countries that have navigated similar demographic shifts and cultural integration challenges that Japan could learn from?
That's a great question. Many European countries, for instance, have grappled with similar issues, though often under different historical contexts. Looking at their successes and failures in integrating diverse populations could offer valuable lessons for Japan, especially in terms of policy and social programs.
And beyond government policy, are there grassroots initiatives or organizations within Japan that are actively working to bridge these divides and promote multicultural understanding?
Yes, thankfully, there are. You see a growing number of local community groups and NGOs dedicated to supporting foreign residents, offering language classes, cultural exchange programs, and just generally fostering a more inclusive environment. These efforts are crucial for building bridges at the local level.
That's really encouraging to hear. It suggests that while the challenges are significant, there's also a proactive movement towards solutions. What role do you think personal stories or direct interactions play in changing perceptions?
They're incredibly powerful. When people hear personal stories from foreigners living in Japan or have positive direct interactions, it humanizes the issue. It moves beyond abstract fears and stereotypes to real people with real lives, contributing to society.
So, fostering those individual connections could be a key part of the solution. What about the media's role? How can it contribute positively to this dialogue rather than just amplifying negative narratives?
The media has a huge responsibility. By showcasing positive integration stories, highlighting the contributions of foreign residents, and providing balanced reporting on challenges, they can really shift public perception. It's about moving beyond sensationalism.
That makes a lot of sense. It's about painting a more complete picture. As we look to the future, what's one key takeaway you'd want our listeners to consider regarding Japan's path forward?
I'd say that while maintaining cultural identity is important, true strength often comes from embracing diversity. Japan's future prosperity and social harmony will likely depend on its ability to adapt and integrate, finding a balance that benefits everyone.
Rachel, that's such a powerful and honestly hopeful note to end on. The idea that true strength comes from embracing diversity, not just maintaining homogeneity.
Exactly, Jake. It's about finding that delicate balance, isn't it? Preserving what's unique about Japan while also adapting to the realities of a globalized world and its own demographic needs.
And we've really covered the spectrum today, from the initial tensions and challenges we discussed to the very real solutions emerging at the grassroots level. It's a complex picture for sure.
It truly is. But I think it's important to remember those community efforts and the power of individual connections. Those are the building blocks for a more inclusive society, one conversation and one interaction at a time.
Absolutely. It's easy to get caught up in the headlines, but hearing about the positive steps being taken and the potential for media to play a constructive role really offers a sense of optimism.
I agree. It's an ongoing journey, and there will always be challenges. But the dialogue itself, like what we've had today, is a crucial part of moving forward.
Well, Rachel, your insights have been absolutely invaluable. Thank you so much for shedding light on such a critical and nuanced topic for Japan.
It was my pleasure, Jake. Thanks for having me on Bridging Divides. I really enjoyed our conversation.
And to our listeners, thank you for joining us on this journey. We hope this discussion has given you some new perspectives on Japan's evolving society and the pathways to a more inclusive future. Until next time, keep those conversations going.
Goodbye, everyone.